Hi everyone, and welcome to Cooking with Cricket. Today we're going to make some collard greens in the pressure cooker. Collard greens we have them every year at Thanksgiving, but they're great anytime. You can buy them in the bags. Well, around here you can buy them in the bags already chopped up. But also this time of the year you can find some really good deals on them. And this is just a bunch of collard greens. It usually comes like that, and I'm going to show you how I chop them up and clean them. So we'll be right back. Okay, first we're going to chop them up. Now I don't like the stem on mine. They're kind of tough.
Nobody likes the stem.
So I just take some clean kitchen scissors and I just go like that. Throw this part away, and then when we get a bunch of leaves cut, I just gather them up. This is how my mama did it, and this is how she taught me. Roll them up and just cut them in strips. You can cut them any size that you want. And sometimes I'll take and cut that part in half too. Now when you buy them like this, and even if I buy them in the bag, I wash them how I'm going to show you. They're very gritty. They got a lot of grit, a lot of dirt on them. So when we get all these chopped up, I'll bring you back at the sink and show you how we're going to wash them. Alright, in my very clean sinks, both sides, and this is how my mama did it, and this is how she taught me. We're going to wash them 7 times. I know that may seem a little much, but I'll take you through the process. And even if I buy it already in the bag, I do wash it still. I've got it filling up with cold water, and these will cook down to where it hardly will look like nothing. But we're going to start just dropping it in. And just let the sink get full of water until they float. And I'm going to wipe out my bowl to put them back in when they're clean. Okay, the reason why you really want them to float, so hopefully all the dirt will go to the bottom. But still, that's a lot in here. So I'm going to squish them around a little bit. So now I'm just going to lift it up, shake it off, and just set it in this side of the sink. And hopefully a lot of the dirt will stay at the bottom. I know this seems like a lot of work, but it's worth it. And you may have different ways that you wash yours, and that's fine. I'm just showing you the way we do it. Now you can probably not see because of the way the sun's coming in, but this water's dirty, and I can just feel the grit and like the sand in the bottom of it. So we're going to drain this and just rinse it out, and then I'll bring you back when we go to bring them back in this side. Okay, this is rinsed out. I'm going to put the stopper back in, but I'm going to move it to this side with the water kind of running, and just kind of rinse it off like that. Put them back in this side. And this washing, we're going to sprinkle some baking soda in there. Now I would ask Mama why did she do that, and she said that that gets off any little insects that might be on there. So I don't know, but that's how I just do it. So just sprinkle just a little bit, maybe like a tablespoon. And then we're going to fill this sink back up. We're going to let it float. I'm going to take them over to this side, put them back in this side one more time, then rinse off any baking soda and stuff, and then they're clean. So again, they're going to float in this, going to float them around, swish them around, back to that side, drain this, and just fill it up one more time. Rinse them, and they'll be ready to cook. Okay, I'm using my 6-quart electric pressure cooker, and I hope my pressure cooker can hold all of these collard greens. This is about 1.5 pounds of collard greens. But first, while it's on the brown setting, I have about a tablespoon of oil, and we can get these scrap packs of country ham for $1. And so you really want to brown this up a little bit and cook it. Now when I'm cooking it with beans, I just throw it in there. I don't brown it up. Now you can use bacon. If you're using bacon, you still want to cook up your bacon to get the renderings from that. And I did not rinse my country ham this time. It's salty and I want that. If I'm cooking it to eat, I do rinse it. And now I'm just going to let this cook a couple of minutes on each side. If you're doing your bacon, cook it till it's done. You can leave the bacon in there, or you can take the bacon pieces out and just have the drippings. Alright, I was able to render out a little bit of fat out of this. out of this. So now I'm not going to add water right this second to that. But I am going to carefully start adding my collard greens because we do want to wilt them. And these still have a lot of water on them, so be careful. And they'll give off a lot of water too. Now that I have some collard greens in there, I'm going to add about 1/2 cup of water. We can add more if we need it. But right now, while it's still on the brown setting, we just want to wilt them. And I'm going to go ahead and season them up. And just add some pepper and the seasonings to your taste. If you're using country ham, remember it's salty. And now I'm going to add about a tablespoon of distilled white vinegar. And I do not like adding sugar to my foods, but these you really do need just a small pinch of sugar. Okay, and just give them a toss as they start to wilt, and then we're going to add another handful in. And now to help with the wilting process, I'm not sealing it or nothing. I'm just going to close the lid just to kind of help the steam to help shrink it down. And I'll bring you back once I get it all wilted in there. Okay, all of my collards are in. You can tell that they've shrunk down. Give them a good toss. Now we do need to add some more water. Alright, I want enough just to cover. Give it another good toss. Now I'm going to seal mine in place. Make sure it's on airtight. And I'm going to cook mine on high pressure for 20 minutes. And it shouldn't take it that long to come up to pressure because it was already boiling. So once this comes up to pressure and it cooks for 20 minutes, I'm going to do a quick release, and then I'll bring you back to see, you know, if they're done to how I like them and if I need to cook them a little bit longer. Alright, once we are sure that all the pressure has released, and I can tell by mine, I can hear that little valve right there drop back down, which lets me open it. We're going to carefully open our pressure cooker away from us. Give it a good stir. And now I'm going to test it for doneness. And for seasoning. Okay, to us, they're cooked perfect. Me, Ricky, and Alex has tried them. I like mine not mushy, but still has a little bit of a bite to them. But that's our preference. Now, mine needs a little bit more salt, so now I'm going to add it. If yours needs to cook a little bit longer, seal it back up. But I wouldn't cook them for maybe another 5 minutes. And then you can test them again. Now for our collard greens, here most of us in the South, we put pepper sauce on there. It's made with these little Tabasco peppers with the vinegar in it that you can buy at the store. I think it's called pepper sauce. My mom, she made this. But that's what we love on our collard greens. Okay, I have my pepper sauce in my collard greens. And also what I like to do is the juice that's in there, we call that pot liquor. That's good to eat with some cornbread in it too. Oh, it's so good. Delicious. How do you like your collard greens? Or have you ever had collard greens? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Please give me a thumbs up if you like the recipe. Do comment because I love hearing from you. And until my next video, I hope y'all enjoy. Bye, y'all.